Everyone says you handled it, but only you know what holding on to it has cost you. I am Jesse, and this is the Valiant Lifestyle. And in this episode, we're going to be talking about how you bowed to none, but still feel broken. Do you know what I'm talking about? Before I get started on that, though, let's do a little walk and talk. Let's do a little walk and talk today. I want to invite you to subscribe. If you haven't already subscribed to my channel, subscribe. It's super easy. Wherever YouTube has placed the subscribe video today, I want you to hit it. And then I want you to hit it, if it's over here, hit the all button. All is the all content available to you. And if this is you joining me for, let's say, the 28th time, the 29th time, welcome back, my man. All right, let's get going on this because this is very near and dear to me, and I want to talk to it like your dad used to talk to it. See, did you ever come across a situation when you were young as a boy and your dad was in the house at the time and there was something that your dad just said, I got this, I'll fix it. And there was nothing ever said. There was no thing that was ever said about this. But you knew whatever he was doing, he was going to take it on the chin for you. Or he was going to do it and get it done. And then that was it. That was the dad thing to do. See, every now and then my dad would do that. He would go and he would do this thing that he didn't want to do. But he did it because he was dad. And that, in my mind, made him a very valiant man, because I can remember a particular situation that I was in university where I was renting an apartment, and the landlord, I mean, I'm sure you hear lots of landlord stories, but this landlord in particular was really fussy. And that's okay. I was very, very clean, very organized, but it came to one part of the sign out, the cleanup, the walkthrough after we had finished, and thankfully my dad came along. And I can remember this like it was yesterday. But I had bought 2 bar stools off the internet, and I'd situated them in the house. They were mine. They were rightfully mine. I had no idea how the landlord knew about these bar stools. Interesting, hey? Because they were mine. But he asked where the bar stools were, and I said, well, they're mine. I packed them up. They're in the moving truck. We're headed out. And he said, no, those were mine. I said, no, I bought those at Superstore. They're rightfully mine. So my dad, he said, sorry, sir, was that in the contract? And I didn't think to ask that because a little naive, but thankfully Dad stepped up and stepped into that, and it was my own muck, but he was there. He just did it. And the landlord stepped back. And I can't really tell you whether or not he was doing that to lie and to try and get a piece of my security deposit or what. And maybe he just maybe he just didn't remember. I don't know. But strong doesn't mean unscathed. It can mean that you're coming out of it with some scratches, some bumps. But that, as I knew it in my career within health and safety, was for many a badge of honor. I mean, it wasn't really a great story to report on when I did an incident report, but yeah, it did make a man. It did give him his story. It did give the color of the personality to that individual, especially myself. I mean, I've come out with a few scratches and bumps myself. I didn't wrap everything up and bubble wrap myself because I knew that there were some parts that I had to struggle. You carry scars, though, that no one sees. And what is that? What does that mean? Please tell me. Well, see, here's what it means. It means that there might be something that you've got to talk about or not talk about or do, and no one ever sees it. But you know yourself that you fought for whatever that was, and it was necessary because it made who you are. Healing is quiet. Yes, it is. And you don't need an audience. You don't need an audience. Inner work speaks louder than loud words. It does, because it's something that we got to do on a daily basis. It's something that we walk through every day. It's healing those parts of ourselves are things that are tough. They're courageous. And whether we know it or not, if we go through with whatever that is holding us back or blocking us, how does that make you feel? I know for me, it makes me feel awesome. After I've gone through some sort of tension moment or moment in my life where just the other day, I felt like I was blocked at my creativity and things weren't moving, and my wife came into my head singing, get up, do some jumping jacks, do something. And I got up, did a few push-ups, did some things, and I felt like this charge come back into my body, and it felt really good. It felt really good to be able to do that. But this is the inner work that I'm talking about. And when you do it on the inside, you don't have to worry about exploring what the words look like or mean to tell other people what that is. You don't have to do that. They see it. They're gonna see it within your demeanor and what you're doing. You exude that. That is something that, for me, is fascinating. You do the work on the inside, and people go, "Whoa, what are you doing? What's that thing you're doing, Jesse? Like, tell me what you're up to." And I go, "I'm just being me. I'm just working through my own problems to create solutions for myself so that I can be a better person and show up for me and for you." Vulnerability honors strength. Vulnerability honors strength. Softness doesn't betray power, it reveals it. And it does. Us men, we go into situations with our wives or, great conversations, and we go into, we feel like we've got to take on this persona of this giant boulder caveman or this really, really gruff man. And we do. However, there's situations where you can still be firm, and there's situations where you can still be firm and assertive, but be soft, because applying too much of that pressure can be chaotic, can't it? I mean, I go into a conversation too hard and too quick and applying too much, she'll call it force, with my wife. It doesn't work out very well. So I've got to be a little bit softer, and especially with my kids. And I learn little bits of how to do that every day. Here's what I want you to do now. I want you to comment, "I heal because I lead." I heal because I lead. Say it to yourself. I heal because I lead. And I want you to throw away any notion or any negative connotation that you have towards the word heal and it sounding frou-frou, because it's something I want you to get more familiar with in yourself. If your strength is born from wounds, yeah, buddy, because the truth of the matter, it is. Strength is born from the struggle. Think of all the great forests that grow from the ashes. It uses it as fertilizer, doesn't it? Now, if this really hit off for you, I want you to go to thevaliantlifestyle.com and finally book yourself a call with me to talk about a next step in your life, a next coaching mission, or something that you really feel like you really want to do for yourself. Maybe a better relationship with you. I'm your guy. Let's do some masculine embodiment. Let's do some polarity shifts. What is all that, Jesse? Well, see, that's all a part of being a really good masculine man and knowing what that is in you so that you can cascade that out, that you can emulate that you can talk about what that is and go, well, you know what? I'm just doing my stuff. This is what I've learned to do. Do it. Finally do it for yourself. thevaliantlifestyle.com and book that 30-minute complimentary call now. All right, thanks for watching. Let's do this.